Oh. Hello everyone and welcome to an extra midweek video. And because summer's just around the corner, I thought it'd be quite exciting to do something with watermelons. Look at them big, ripe, juicy watermelons. Yes, I thought I would carve a watermelon because that is something people do. And I've seen some really amazing pictures online. I don't think I'm gonna do as well as them, but I've never tried it, so could be my new talent. And then I also thought I would turn one of the watermelons into a keg and create a nice refreshing cocktail because I feel like I need one today. It's been, I was just about to say it's been a rough week, but it's been rough years. It's been rough years. We talk about like a rough day, a rough week, a rough month. It's been a rough years. It's just nothing ever seems to get better. The place just seems to get worse and worse. What's going on in the world? But I'm gonna drink and hopefully that'll just take my mind off things a little bit. Okay, so first off, I thought I would start with the keg watermelon because I need a drink. And I've never done this before, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I obviously need to cut the top of this off first and hollow the watermelon out. I absolutely love the smell of watermelon. I love the taste of watermelon, to be fair. I just love watermelon. Okay, let's get all these insides scooped out. I think this will be a lot easier than doing it with a pumpkin, like carving it and stuff. Pumpkins are really hard because they're just a lot more fleshy. Oh yeah, this is easy. And if you're wondering, this is my studio spoon. I told you everyone should have one. They come in so handy. Oh, devastating. You don't realise how juicy watermelons are. They have a lot of water content. Well, obviously they're going to have a lot of water content. It's a watermelon. Probably why they're called watermelons. Okay, I think that'll do. I want to leave some of the watermelon and stuff in there because I obviously want my cocktail to have a hint of watermelon. Okay, so I think I'll attach the keg part first before I put liquid in, just in case this goes wrong. And I just bought like a little kit online, and it's just like a little tap that you attach to a watermelon. Like, how cool is that? Obviously they're using it for watermelon juice, but I want booze. Well, I need a hole. So you've got this little core thing. Bye, this is hard. Oh, there we go. And now we have this thing, and I think this bit goes into the watermelon. So that'll go in like that, and then that just screws on the other side. Oh, right, okay. So that screws in like that. And then that should obviously act as like a little pump. So that's off and then that'd be on. Ah, that's so cool. Look how fun that is. But is it gonna work? We'll soon see. So my cocktail I'm making today is a Long Island iced tea because it's my favourite cocktail ever. And it's actually got way more booze in it than I thought it did. So we'll go with vodka first. Obviously you can do measurements of this if you want, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. Then we have some triple sec. And we have gin. And tequila. And then it did say light rum, but I didn't have any light rum, and I couldn't be bothered to buy any, so I'm just gonna use dark rum, and I think that'll be just as nice. I'm not a huge rum drinker anyway. And then you would just top this with Coke, and since I'm being a little bit healthy, I'm gonna go for Diet Coke. Well, it's not vegan, so that's good. Just mix that up just in case. Right, and then we put the little lid back on. And there we have it, a watermelon drink dispenser. Right, I'm gonna get ice. How ridiculous is this as well? I was at the shops the other day buying some supplies, and I bought some ice, and it's premium ice. How can ice be premium? Ice is ice. But I bought it anyway because this one was actually loose, and all the non-premium ice was like stuck into a massive cube. So maybe that's why it was premium. Because I'm not fancy enough to have like an ice cube maker at home. Right, and the moment of truth, is this gonna work? Oh, this is so fancy. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I can't wait. Haven't had a Long Island iced tea in ages. So this is basically gonna be a Long Island iced tea with a watermelon twist. Let's have a little try. Oh, that's strong. Oh, that's really strong. That's nice though. I think I need a little, I just need just a splash more Diet Coke because that's a bit too much for me. Oh, that went straight to my heart. Oh, it's so strong. What have I done? The thing is, the good thing about a Long Island iced tea, usually, is you can't really taste the alcohol. It hits you out of nowhere. Whereas this one, it just absolutely clobbers you. I'll have to sip on this. Just take it like very lightly because otherwise I won't make the rest of the video. I can taste the tequila. I love tequila. Oh shit, that's fresh. Let's pop that to one side for now, and we'll move on to the watermelon carving. But if I finish this entire glass by the end of the video, there's absolutely no help for us. I think I'd die. Alright, so moving on to the watermelon carving. I bought this little kit here, and it's got several different tools. And these are specifically made for watermelon carving, so this should work. Okay, I don't know how good these tools are going to be. I've just got another apple core thing, a watermelon baller, and then these two things that I don't think are going to do much. I was expecting it to have like an intricate knife or something. That Long Island iced tea's hit us already. Shall I do a face? I'm obviously not going to do like an intricate face because I've got the core thing, and that could obviously make eyeballs, couldn't it? We'll do eyeballs and start from there. Oops. Also, I don't know whether you noticed, but I bought some new glasses. Do you like them? I think they're actually ladies' glasses. I'm not sure. When I ordered them and they arrived, I was like, yeah, they look like women-shaped glasses, but I think I'm pulling them off. I'm kind of into them. And if you did already notice, then well done. I'll make you a Long Island iced tea when I see you. What's this tool for? It doesn't look like anything. It looks like a bottle opener. I'm sure I've been scammed. You know how you would carve a pumpkin? Where you take all the kind of like flesh out, like what I've done there. I don't want to do that. I want to kind of peel back the skin and then it creates like a nice pattern. It almost looks like a drawing. That's what I'm hoping to go for anyway. I suppose this is just like sculpting, isn't it? I like a bit of 3D drawing. I'm not great at it. I know I've just started, but I'm already admitting defeat. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm getting there now. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. I know I can't do noses, but like, I can do better than that surely, can't I? I'm thinking this tool might be good for hair. It might create like a nice pattern. Oh, I don't know about that. What are these tools that I've bought? They're absolutely useless. I'm definitely sure this is a bottle opener. I'll stick with this knife thing, because this is interesting. At least it does something. This face isn't going to look amazing, but that's not because of me. It's because I bought these absolutely shit tools. I was just expecting them to be a lot better than what they are. So I'm going to try and carve like some sort of face. It'll look like a face, but it's not going to win any awards or anything. Okay, it's looking, it's getting there. It's got a mouth now. Obviously it needs eyebrows. Oh, also, that's one thing I was going to talk about. I completely forgot. I've been watching this, well, it's not really a documentary, but it's like a series on Netflix. Oh, it's getting better now. And it's all about like UFOs and aliens and alien landings and stuff like that. And I was just wondering, do any of yous believe in aliens? I know that might be like a potentially like taboo subject because some people think you're crazy if you believe in aliens and stuff, but I don't know, like I'm here for it. I think they've been around for a very, very long time. If you watch that series on Netflix, I can't remember what it was called, I think it would open your mind a little bit. Because you have to think as well, a lot of like paintings, like old school paintings, really ancient paintings, like from like the Renaissance and stuff like that, they actually have like UFOs in them, you know, like flying around. Like people didn't know about stuff like that then. It's just very, very interesting. Saying I'm converted, I don't think I'm converted because I don't think I've never not believed. I think it's always kind of been there. I think you just don't like to admit stuff like that because people think you're absolutely nuts. I think that's why a lot of like countries and governments and like special people try and make people sound stupid and make people think they're going crazy. But if you think about how many eyewitnesses there've been of like UFO sightings and spaceships and stuff like that, from people in the military, from people all over the world, and what have they got to gain from it? They've got absolutely nothing to gain. They're just saying what they've seen out and about there. And the fact that when people do kind of see these things and stuff like that, it's weird how all of a sudden kind of official people and secretive people kind of come to the door and get rid of any evidence and stuff. If they weren't a thing, then why would they care? But yeah, I don't know, let me know what your opinions are in the comments. But I definitely don't think we're alone. I don't think we're alone at all. I don't think there's even just one universe. I think we can see kind of our universe and a lot of our universe, but what's that to say that there's not like millions and billions of universes with lots of millions and billions and trillions of galaxies and solar systems and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not crazy, I'm not like a conspiracy theorist, and I don't like sit and wear a tinfoil hat and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's what they kind of paint people out to be. But if you are interested, definitely watch that Alien show on Netflix. That's not what's convinced us, by the way, before anyone says anything. I've thought about it for a very, very long time. That's what I wanted to chat about. I think I wanted to chat about that last week, but I forgot. It's been on my mind. The thing is, I would absolutely love to see like a UFO or an alien spacecraft or something like that, just so I can kind of say, oh well, yeah, I've seen one and they're out there and I know that they're there. Because you have to believe other people's words for it. But there's just so many people who've seen them And I find it very hard. There's too much evidence. But yes, that's our little daily chat for today. If you all don't believe and you just all think I'm crazy, then I'll be rather upset. Right, I'm gonna try and do some like triangle ears because the mouth's very triangular. I don't know whether I want to give it any hair. And also, I know I'm gonna talk about it again, but I can't help myself. Also, another thing with like aliens and stuff. One thing I've never understood is how on earth the pyramids were built in Egypt with such limited technology. Like if you think about that colossal structure and how they managed to build them, and they were basically quite primitive people. Well, they weren't primitive people, but they weren't very advanced people. I don't know. I think they might have got help. The same thing goes with like the light bulb. How on earth did we go from like fire and oil and stuff like that to electricity all of a sudden? There'll be some smart ass who like debunks us and says, oh well, this is why. But I still think I'm right. But I'm not trying to convert you or anything, I swear. I'm very interested and kind of obsessed with it at the moment. I don't know whether I can do much more to this. I feel like I've limited myself. I don't understand how they create like really crazy intricate sculptures from a watermelon. Well, to be fair, they would probably have better tools than this, and that's why they do it. I think I might be done. I'm honestly just more interested in my cocktail. I'm also just feeling a bit weird today. I've recorded next week's video as well, and that didn't go particularly well, and I think it's just set us in a bad place. My watermelon cake went amazing though. Like, I'll show you my watermelon carving, even though it looks, well, it's just a waste of a watermelon really. But that's what I made. It's really hard. It's so hard. But my cake thing, my little cocktail, Long Island iced tea, watermelon cake, absolutely amazing idea. So even though my carving wasn't the best, at least this was just fantastic. Well, I think that does it for today's little midweek treat. I hope you have enjoyed it, even though it hasn't been, I'm not going to say good, but it's just been a bit weird. I'm personally feeling a bit weird. So if today's video and next week's video isn't kind of the happiest or the most upbeat thing you've ever seen, then that's the reason why. I don't want to bring anyone's mood down or anything like that, because I make my videos basically as a form of escapism for people, and to not necessarily forget about things or ignore things that are going on, but just to possibly distract people just a tiny bit and make them feel a little bit happier. Unfortunately, it can be quite difficult when you're trying to do that and you don't feel that way and you don't feel like you can do that, if that makes any sense. But I've tried my best, and maybe I should have just taken a week off. I think that would have probably been better, to be fair. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed whatever this was. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you on Friday for basically another shit show. But yes, I'm gonna go before I talk about anything that I don't want to talk about, because I'll end up getting upset. So I'll see you when I see you.